our NFL edition prediction show. That's what time it is. So I've done 3 of these games. I was going to do this last game here live, but I want to go through some of these predictions. I got to get this up before the game kicks. This is Baltimore hosting Houston. This is in the divisional playoff game. The winner of this will advance to play the winner of Buffalo and Kansas City. And then the winner of that will play either San Francisco or Detroit in the Super Bowl. I'll get to why I say that. Okay, so first game, Baltimore hosting Houston. Let's go. Let's do this on the bet sheet. Uh, so Vegas says that's 9.5 points, and we agree. We say the final score will be Baltimore 31-19. That's a 12-point uh, difference. So we're going to go with Vegas with the 9.5, and then so we're betting the point spread, the money line, and the over under. There are 3 bets here. So I'll put a 5 here, minus 5 bucks, and you'll see our bet is $15. And so when the game goes final, we'll fill this in and see how much money we won or lost. So that's game one, Baltimore by 12 over Houston. Take the lay the 9.5 and go with the over. That's the scores are hot tip on this one. San Francisco hosting Green Bay. This one's a little bit different. We have that game 31-26 San Francisco. Vegas says San Francisco by 9.5. We disagree. We say only by 5. So we're going to take the dog. Here, we're going to take the delightful Green Bay Packaroonies, and we're going to play them. And the Niners are going to win the game, so we're going to take them on the money line. There is a difference there. So this is a point spread. We say that Green Bay will not be beaten by more than 9.5, but we still think San Francisco wins. The over-under is 50.5. We say 51s. This is something I would not go to a casino and bet. You got a half point here, but we do say take the over. The over should prevail here. Detroit and Tampa. This game is going to be really close. If I'm wrong all weekend, it'll be this game. I think that Tampa Bay is playing really well right now, but we do say our prediction does say that Detroit shall win by 7. The line is 6.5. And so we are physically forced to play the line. The totals over and under is 42, we say. The line is 49. So that's clearly you got to take that under here. That one I feel strongly about. And I'll tell you why I feel strongly about it. And I'll tell you in a minute. The last game here, we're going to do it together. And I'm sorry I wasn't a little bit more prepared. But I'm going to walk you through the process of how the Scores Our system kicks ass and wins money sometimes. Well, a lot of the times. I'm doing quite well in college basketball. The NFL, I haven't paid much attention to just because this is not my game. I prefer college football way more than the NFL, and so I'm kind of half-heartedly following it. I'm just entering the scores. You'll see I haven't really done too much with the NFL. I will in the future, uh, but this is not my game. I'm just not into it. So here's how this works. So Buffalo, this is the OPR. This is the magic of the Scores Our system is the overall power rating. That's the number that determines where you stand in terms of other teams. Let me put this to you in a more visual way. This is my rankings, if you will. You never see the pros ranked like this, and you see the college teams ranked like this, but you never do see the pro teams ranked. I'm going to resort these just to make sure I have this correct. And boom. So the shaded out teams are teams that have been eliminated. So this is kind of my score card here. So yeah, the top 4 teams, my top 5 teams, 4 of them are still alive in the AFC. In the NFC, let me just do a quick sort here just to make sure that it is correct. They go data, advanced. H and kaboom. So in the NFC, my top 4 teams are in my top 6 teams. 4 of them are still alive. So Dallas, which was a surprise, they're gone, and New Orleans was rated a little bit higher than Green Bay, and they're gone. So, but let's walk through how on earth does this cat work up these scores? So let's do this real quick. So I'm gonna take the OPR of Buffalo. So Buffalo is in the AFC East, and here is their OPR. And OPR is a conversation that we can have another time. But their OPR is 18.12, and the lower the OPR, the better the team. And they played 18 games. They're 12-6. They played 18 games. So I'm going to put those values in here. Points for on the year is AFC East 482 to 328. Okay. Now I'm going to throw you a curveball here, because what has made the difference between this being a great way to rate and rank teams to being an excellent way to make money in Vegas is I'm now doing the last 5 contests. And let me show you how this works. So this still says Detroit. This is actually it's Buffalo and Houston. No, it's Buffalo and KC. Let me make this right. Back into here, and it's actually Buffalo and Kansas City. So I'm going to go take SOS is the strength of schedule. I'm going to go take the strength of schedule for Buffalo's last 5 games. So into the AFC East, and I'm going to take this column here, which is their strength of schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take their last 5, and then go over and do their points for and points against for the last 5 games. This has made all the difference in the world in terms of how accurate the predictions are, because this takes into account injuries. It takes into account how teams are playing well. Like they're on a. What am I trying to say here? They're on a streak. They're just playing well. KC is in the AFC West. I'm gonna do their last 5 games, and this is why I'm so excited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about where we're going with this thing that have only taken me 20 years to figure out. Just go do the last 5, man. AFC West, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I can just copy and paste that, and it'll take the value in the next column on that where this derived from. So it is 73. So Buffalo has scored 134 points and allowed 84 in the last 5 games. Kansas City has scored less points, but has allowed fewer points. So how's that going to all shake out? Well, I haven't done the final part of this prediction. I have to go get Kansas City's overall. If you remember, we went into the last 5 rather than going to that AFC West. Kansas City, 18.67, and they've played 18 games. And on the year, not the last 5, but on the year, AFC West. Boom. Where'd you go? There you go. 397 to 301. So you see how valuable those last 5 games are. They really make the difference. So here's how this works from here. I run 14 different predictions, 14 of them, and here they all are. Now, I won't go through them all, but only one of them is the one we'll play, and it's whichever one of these 14. Doggone it! Whichever one of these 14 predictions are playing the hottest is what we go with. And let's get this done here. And right now it's this L5HU, which is the last 5 using a home field advantage and using the ScoreZar system. So all these are variations from not using any home field advantage and not using any of the ScoreZar system to maximizing it. Okay, and this one is the one that is paying off the highest. At least it is in college basketball. Again, I haven't been tracking football, NFL that much, but I've been recording the scores basically. So here's my 14 predictions. So I'm just going to enter these real quick. 22-20 is one prediction. These are normally the lowest. These are in the 30% winning percentage. 22-20, 22-20. This is using home field advantage and using the ScoreZar system. Okay, HFAU, home field advantage using ScoreZar system. And that's down here. So home field is Buffalo. They get 6 points for having the home field advantage. 28-20 is what this prediction says. Home field advantage not using ScoreZar, and I'll show you how that works. Up here, I have the OPRs are listed. Down here, I take them out. Okay, so and this one, the HFAN, is I take them out. I take the ScoreZar system just to get some raw data in here, and it helps to get another. And as you can see in this case, they don't. It's the same. It's the same prediction. Now let's mix it up. Let's get into the L5. Last 5 using 21-18. Last 5 not using is 21-19. And again, there's no home field advantage in that. We're not playing that. That's the average of those 2 fields. The last field using home field advantage using ScoreZar system. This is the one that works the best. 27-18 is what we're going to go with. And just to finish this out, last 5 home field advantage not using ScoreZar is 27-19. So it's the same. Oh, 27-19, a little bit different. Okay, let's go into the bet sheet, and it has pre-filled it in. It took it from the L5HU field and is put in here. Now, what we don't know is what is the Vegas line, and so you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to FanDuel.com, and I'll put the latest line in, and it is Buffalo minus 2.5. So Buffalo minus 2.5. So I'm going to put that in here, minus 2.5. And we need the odds on that. And this is how we determine how you get paid. And minus 2.5, so minus 122. And that's another formula. When this thing hits, we'll pay. There's a little calculator we got to use to figure out how much you win. Buffalo to win. That is the money line game. It's minus 146 according to FanDuel, minus 146. And then the over under. So we say 40 points. That is what we're saying. Let me blow this up just a bit. I know it's hard to see, but we're saying 40 points. That is our predicted. So I'm not using the combination of these two. I'm using whichever one of these predictions has been the best in terms of determining the total score. So it's not that plus that. It's a function of one of the other 14 predictions that's working the best. So we say 40, and this is the hardest one to win. 45.5 is what the line is. And so that means we want to take the under here. And so we're going to play the under. And we're going to give it $5. We're going to wager $5. And since there are 3 bets, I didn't do it here. I should do it here. Since there are 3 bets, the spread, the money line, and the over under, that $5 gets played here, here, and here for a total of $15. And then this is the payoff. And so we'll total these up, and we'll see how they do in comparison when the games are finished. And then we will have an idea of whether we won or lost. We will then know if we've won or lost. So to recap, the ScoreZar hot tip of the weekends is Baltimore 31-19 over Houston, San Francisco 31-26 over the delightful Green Bay Packaroonies, Detroit at home to Tampa Bay. If I'm wrong, it'll be this game right here. I'll show you real quick why I say that. if I go into the last 5 and I look at, well, I can just do it here. I'm going to take the last 5 points, so we ignore all of this. And I'm going to go into Tampa Bay. I'm going to go into Tampa Bay in the NFC South and look at their last 5 game points allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you for blocking me here, Mr. 64 points is all they've allowed in the last 5 games. If I'm wrong all weekend, it'll be right here, this game, and this is the reason why. That defense is just superb right now. And so, Detroit, I still have them winning, but again, if I'm wrong, it's this game right here. But I'll be right. We'll see. So 27-20 for Detroit and Tampa Bay. Buffalo shall defeat the Chiefs 27-18. And then we'll do this all again on the next episode of the Scorzar Show. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.